What is up, YouTube? Long time no see. I know that's my fault. We've just been insanely busy getting that dredge back up and running, and I tell you, that was a absolute nightmare. So the video I posted previously with the cost estimate, we went double that. So that hurt a bunch, but we're back up and running now, and wanted to take the time I was passing by. I wanted to show y'all this really cool old dredge right here. It's gonna be one of the projects we got coming up. This will be a fun one. Went up to Ohio and bought this from a fella up there who was getting out of the business. So this is an old mudcat. It's a horizontal dredge, and I'm gonna climb up there in a second and show you all about it. But a neat old dredge that it's got like a huge rotary cutter head on the front, if you will, almost like a flail mower. And what it does is unearths the silts, and then the pump can pump it way up, you know, wherever we need to pump it, but it can pump a lot finer material. Whereas the big dredge, you know, it doesn't like that fine, slurry, tailing type stuff. So we're gonna play around with this, see if we can't get some super fine sand for maybe some top dressing or some other sports application. But let's climb up here and check this thing out. It's been sitting here for about a year now, so we put it on these poles so we didn't get any rust going on, or any more rust on the bottom. But it's an old diesel. I believe this one's got a Detroit in it. We're gonna get her fired off here soon. That'll be that. Those engines just sound really, really awesome. Those little Detroits, man, I tell you, you can tell them a mile away. They're diesel humming. But here is the ladder. Runs up kind of the center of the dredge, back to the captain's house. A fresh water pump. A winch to pull the cable up and down. And here's that head I was telling you all about. So it's a horizontal. So you can raise and lower that thing up and down. And then the pump mouth is up in that apparatus there. So as the paddles are dislodging the sludge and silt, then the mouth of the pump sucks it right in, and then we pump it to wherever we're trying to. Cool thing about this one is it also can be a vertical dredge. So the guy rigged it to where it's, you know, 2 for 1. So we could put that one on there and actually dig down, you know, deeper, and see what we could, you know, get some more coarse sand, some harder material. See if I can jump over here without falling. But this is just a neat old piece of machinery. I can't wait to get this thing fired off and hear her run, and get in there and pump some mud with her. So hopefully here pretty soon we'll be able to get in there. There's a wasp nest in there, is why I'm not opening that door. That'll make for some interesting video. But anyway, get in there soon, spray some ether to this old girl, get her fired off, and probably replace some hydraulic lines and such. But other than that, I think she'll be fine. She ran just 2 years ago. The guy cranked her up for me and everything was functional. But some of these lines sitting out here in the sun like that probably aren't any good anymore. Hopefully that main line down there will be fine, because that will be a real bitch to replace. So hopefully it'll be good. But anyway, this is the old mudcat, and we're gonna get her smoking here soon. So that'll be a neat little experiment. But right now I'm gonna fly the drone and check on the progress of the mine, and just kind of check out a few things. And then we are going to walk out on the sand island, we call it. And we're gonna go take a look at some rock, because we've got some beautiful rock here at this mine. We're not processing it yet. We've got a couple of the pieces of the equipment needed, so we just need to put them to work. So we've got a tremendous amount to do this fall, but this crew out here at Atomic Sand, they can get it done. So let's go fly the drone around a little bit, and we'll walk out on the island. Here's our concrete sand pile. It looks nice, real coarse material. Get the sand, sun where you can see it. Nice coarse sand. This will go to the ready mix guys and be turned into either ready mix or block or something of that nature, but the majority of it will go into ready mix. Pretty sand. So, true to form, I forgot the damn cord to the drone, so not flying that today. I figured we'd go ahead and walk on out here onto the sand island, as we call it, which is this big old oasis right here. So what this is the tailings from the plant. So tailings are any material that we are washing off or doesn't get used. It kind of gets discarded right out that chute there, flows way out to the dredge pond, and then gets recirculated again. But the cool thing is, for years and years, you know, nobody's tried to, well, they've tried, they just haven't successfully been able to segregate out all of this rock. And look at it, it's really nice pea gravel. Some iron ore mixed in. This is iron ore. This is what this mine was originally started for, from what I was told. They were after that iron ore, but look at all of this rock. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Nice quartz, some smoky quartz. Looks like even some rose quartz in here too. So I'm really just super excited to get this stuff washed up. We've even found pieces of small amethyst. The geology group of South Carolina will sometimes come out, and all the rock hounds and geology experts will walk all over the mine site. Found some really nice stuff. No arrowheads or anything like that, but just some cool ancient stones. Because we're digging 150 feet deep, and so that dozer pushing down that hill is taking, you know, foot after foot after foot from current material where trees are growing all the way down to however many years ago 150 feet you know, was on the surface. So it's really interesting to kind of watch the geography change as you go down through those different layers. Something also kind of cool, I'm gonna walk a little bit further where it gets a little more quiet away from the plant, but I can hear that sand going through this pipe coming from the dredge, which is a good quarter-mile away right now, and he's sending it up there at 6,600 gallons per minute, which is an incredible amount of sand. That probably equates out to somewhere in the neighborhood of 220 to 50 tons an hour of sand being pumped through this pipe. So I think it's quiet enough. Let me see if I can put the phone up to it and you can hear. Can't really feel it. If you hear that hissing, that is all that sand coming from way out there. And something else we got to do soon is all these damn pine trees. We've got to get them plucked up some kind of way, because when we bring the mudcat out here, or either try to turn our dredge around and come back through this material, those pine trees are going to become problematic, because they're going to want to clog up the pumps. And if they do go through the pump, then they're gonna wind up at the plant. All the roots and limbs will clog up screens. It's just a nightmare. So my plan is, we bought a new little Cat Mini X. I'm gonna track it out here, grab trees as I'm going in this area, grab them as I'm going, and build me a miniature pine tree bridge and see how far I can get out there without sinking it beyond sight, because this is probably up to 65 feet deep of tailing. So this would be a ginormous pit that's basically just quicksand, and it would swallow that little Mini X and we would probably never find it again. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, got some great stuff coming up. I'm gonna try to do more filming. I know I say that all the time, but the weather's getting nice now and it's been so damn hot. So we're in October, finally starting to cool down a little bit. So maybe I won't be crazy hot, and I'll feel like filming a little bit more and show you guys what goes on in a day of the life of atomic sand. So appreciate you guys watching. Hit that click or hit, I don't really care, as long as you do it. Subscribe and like down there. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Stay well.